All right, guys, and what is going on? As always, this is the Club with the Man. It's time to be up for you for my two live reviews for tonight: my NXT UK review, then my NXT review, which will take place right after this. Of course, I did not set the event yet, but it will be happening tonight. So first, let's talk about NXT UK, which took place for the February 13th. Is the first of I think three shows. I think, yeah, three shows that will be taking place during that were recorded during Royal Rumble Access, Royal Rumble weekend at the Phoenix Convention Center in Phoenix, Arizona. And obviously, it seemed from the past couple shows that they were really hyping these shows up to be pretty big. And for the most part, most of the matches seem like they're going to be like NXT stars taking on NXT UK stars, which I'm cool with. It gives some, uh, fresh competition, not too many big names, of course. Well, I'm saying, like undercard names, like, we're not seeing any Undisputed Era or, Johnny Gargano or Tommaso Ciampa, like, run in there or anything like that. But definitely some other, big names are giving some opportunities for sure with these cross-band matches for sure. So I definitely look forward to seeing what these three shows can do. And overall, the first one I gotta say, that was pretty good. NXT stars sort of seem a little more, experienced, get a little more attention. Um, but I think it definitely has done a job of helping them put over these UK stars, help them get some more attention, of course, as well. Since a lot of these stars are still kind of on the back burner, since NXT UK is part of a big long string of new shows that WWE has continued to put on. But of course, there's all this other stuff that everybody watches. So, obviously this is an opportunity for UK to shine and to, stand out and to, get some attention there, of course, as well. So let's talk about this show again, which I thought was pretty good. We start off with some Tony time as Tony Storm comes out pretty much saying how what she's gone through lately, but that she knows that Rhea Ripley wanted a rematch, and you know what? She has no problem with Rhea wanting a rematch, but she's not happy with the way Rhea got it. She's saying how she's tired of Rhea being a bully, and she will happily kick her arse again when they meet next week for the NXT UK Women's Championship. Out comes Rhea and saying stuff like she hates Toni Storm. She hates her stupid hair and her stupid face, and the fact that she gets compared to the champion, and also the fact that she's holding her championships, just talking. And all Tony's had to say was, I hear you, but haven't we done enough talking? And then just a brawl erupts between the two of them, and they brawl before Rhea escaped and made her way back up the ramp. Just one last minute face-to-face confrontation before their match next week, which hopefully will be good. Their first two matches have been all right, but every time I see, I feel like again, like their match for the finals of the UK Women's Championship tournament back in November, I thought was their better match. The one at TakeOver Blackpool was good, but I still feel like something was missing from this match, like something just to get us a little bit more oomph, if you know what I mean. Hopefully we'll get it next week. We'll see what happens. But so the rematch between those two are happening next week. I think also we will announce next week that we are going to be getting a match with both the Coffee brothers, Joe and Mark, taking on Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews. And I believe also announced in 2 weeks, we are going to be, not only we're still getting that tag team championship match between the Grizzled Young Veterans, Zach Gibson and James Drake, taking on Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. But we're also, I think in 2 weeks, we're getting a match between Walter and the knockout artist Cassius Ohno, which we'll be talking about him a little bit in my NXT review tonight. So that was the opening segment, which was, was what it was. The second match we had was Noam Dar, and first time in a while I think I've seen Noam Dar in action in NXT UK. But it was good to see him in UK again, especially, of course, he just got over that great performance last night with Tony Nese. But he took on Jordan Devlin, which was a fun back and forth match. Dar was the fan favorite throughout the match, with Devlin receiving the "You Still Suck" chant. I don't think he sucks, but he's great getting the heel heat. He did hit a standing moonsault at the beginning. But then towards the end of the match, though, Travis Banks appeared and went after after Devlin, and who injured Dar's foot against the steel steps. The Kiwi Buzzsaw, though, proved enough of a distraction to cost Devlin the match, with Dar rolling him up with a unique pinfall to get the pinfall victory. After the match, Devlin and continued to attack on Dar before Banks came back in and they brawled into the aisle. So obviously, again, they've had 2 matches. Well, I think only 1 or 2 matches. I can't remember if they had 1 or 2 matches already with Banks and Devlin. Obviously, this is set up for some stipulation match. Like, I'm thinking maybe Falls Count Anywhere or something like that, because this they always seem to brawl all over the ring. So I think actually Falls Count Anywhere or Last Man Standing, I'd like to see between Devlin and Banks to like, you know, to do like the rubber match to cap off this feud. Again, that has been pretty good between the 2 of them. So that is that was the first actual match we had, which I thought was a good match. The second match we had, which if the WrestleYard.com would load the way I can read off my notes, I believe it was Jinny and Mia Yim. Yeah, Mia Yim and Jinny. Which I thought that match was pretty good also. I'm sorry, my notes here are not loading for some reason. Here, 1 second. Either it's WrestleYard or something's going on with. Here, hold on. Come on. Come on. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. We got the notes back again. We had a second match. Was indeed Jinny versus NXT's Mia Yim, which I thought was very fitting, again, for, you know, having Jinny getting like a higher profile match against against an upcoming star in NXT, who is upcoming star for sure, but she definitely has momentum going as well, based off how she did in the Mae Young Classic, which I can't remember if Jinny and Mia Yim face each other in the Midnight Classic, the Mae Young Classic. But it's pretty obvious that after Tony Storm probably beats Rio next week, it's probably going to be Tony probably going to be feuding with Jinny next, who's been picking up a lot of wins. And I feel like of all the women, she's definitely, like, Jinny's the one I feel like who's definitely gained the most momentum, who I'm slowly becoming more and more of a fan of her. But she took on Mia Yim, and was a pretty good back and forth match as well. A lot of, like, you know, head scissors and, you know, just submissions and reversals as well. There was a moment in the match also where Mia hit a reverse STO into the second turnbuckle, but it only kept Jinny down for a 2 count. But then eventually, though, Jinny wins the match, though. She wins the match, though, after hitting, I think she hitting a sharp kick, and she rolled up Mia Yim get the victory. But the thing is, though, is we had is that Jinny actually put both feet on the ropes as well to kind of cheat to help her win. So obviously, again, Jinny's picked up some momentum, but she's won match by herself. But obviously, this is like a higher profile match, so she had to cheat some way, but not the, like, you know, completely, you know, the cheapest, the dirtiest way, though, to win the match. But she won the match, though, and again, she keeps her momentum going. I gotta say, she's kind of getting up there also my rankings of, who I think is pretty decent looking, you know, with all these women, you know what I mean? But I gotta give Jinny credit there. I definitely think she's probably gonna be the next person to challenge for Tony's title. Well, it'll be Jinny's time to take on Tony time, if you know what I mean. But she gets a victory over Mia Yim. And then our final match was a match, a non-title match with UK champion Pete Dunne taking on Gallous's Wolfgang. Just a match I felt just give, you know, Pete Dunne the cards. He hasn't really been in action since Takeover Blackpool, which is already been a month ago. Unreal time, how fast time flies. But he's had his face-to-face run-ins with Walter and whatnot. But this is him taking on Gallous's Wolfgang, who, you know, Gallus is trying to get the momentum back after that they were not able to get to the tag titles, and also Joe Coffey was not able to beat Pete Dunne in a really good main event that went about 35 minutes at Takeover Blackpool. But I thought this was a pretty good match. Again, it was physical. Of course, this is, when Wolfgang's not so much just like, just another man out there. I mean, he's part of a stable. He's still, I feel, probably the weakest member of Gallus right now, but he definitely, he's still, a force to be reckoned with for sure. It was physical, and then Pete Dunne eventually wins the match by getting Wolfgang to tap out to his to an armbar with Pete Dunne, of course, pulling on the fingers as well for Pete Dunne to get the victory over Wolfgang. But of course, the next two episodes I think are going to be even better. I mean, this was good, but I think next episode's going to be even better. We're getting Walter and Ono. We're getting the women's title match. We're also getting Mark Andrews and Flashpoint Webs taking on the Coffee Brothers, and then we also will be seeing in 2 weeks the NXT UK tag title, first title defense for Gibson and Drake taking on Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. So we'll see how those matches go. And guys, that's going to be it for this weekend. I'll give it a B+. The storytelling I felt could have been just a little bit more, but I feel like, the bright people are gaining momentum, for sure going forward. So I'll give this episode of NXT UK a B+. What grade would you give NXT UK for this week? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to click my like and subscribe or comment on my channel and follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93. And guys, I will see you guys in just a few minutes for my NXT live review. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your night and peace.